We're here at the Maxwell School of Citizenship, the paragon of excellence in teaching about government and citizenship. What is the most important responsibility of a citizen? It's to vote. That's part of our job. Democracy is not a spectator sport. We have to participate. And one of the candidates before you, we're talking about choosing who will vote for you. One of the candidates here, my opponent, registered to vote here in 1992, and since that time has not voted once in a local election until last year when he moved here to run for Congress. Now, you can grade him. I'm not a professor. But to have not voted once in a local election tells me that there is no interest, either no interest or no knowledge. Every federal election he voted in, but not once did he vote in a local election. That is an important factor, I think, in when you're asking people to let you vote for them. You need to have voted for yourself. For the past 18 years, I have dedicated myself to this community. Virtually every day, met with people, visited their homes, visited their workplaces, talked to them, discussed issues. I've met, as I said, with anyone who ever wanted to meet with me, friend or foe, Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal, Green Party or blue. My phone number is in the phone book. I take calls at all hours of the day. Everybody knows about the money that I brought back, but the big picture is much more important. It's not about the money, it's about our quality of life. Our lake, we are cleaning it up, Mr. Maffei. If you had been around, you would have seen how bad it was and how good it is now. 10 years ago, there were 6 varieties of fish in the lake. Today, there are 65. Oxygen levels are far better. Toxics are going down, and we have a plan that I've been working on for years. Our city neighborhoods were in distress, impoverished. Today, there's hope. Property values are coming back. Our industry is changing from manufacturing to knowledge base. And I've been involved with business people at every level, unions up to management, to try to make sure that we make that transition. Our healthcare systems, we have the best VA hospital in the country. It wasn't like that when I came in. St. Joe's, Krause, Community Hospital, and our community health centers. Virtually every one of them have benefited. It's all about the fabric. It's all about our quality of life. I'm a problem solver. It's my raison d'etre. And we're solving problems. You may not always agree with me, but you always know where I stand. I'm not sure if you know where this guy stands. I have much more to do, and I ask for your vote on November 7th, and I won't let you down.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
very
Walsh.
much.
Mr. Maffei.
Well, thank you very much, and thank the Maxwell School. As you've heard, it's clear that my opponent and I have 2 very different approaches. One emphasizes the past and continuing in the same direction year after year. I have a different vision, a vision that provides a change in course and hope for a better future. Today we are less safe because of a reckless war in Iraq, a war with no end in sight and no plan to bring our troops home and out of harm's way. When I'm your congressman, I won't just do staying the course. I will challenge President Bush on Iraq. And since Jim Walsh's first term, 25% of our young people have moved away. After decades of economic decline, I know that creating new jobs for our young people won't be easy, but giving more tax breaks to oil companies and big businesses won't help. When I'm your congressman, I'll invest that money in local companies and give our young people the chance to succeed right here at home. Over the past 10 years, the Republican Congress has failed to increase the minimum wage. Meanwhile, the Congress has raised its own pay nearly $32,000. This double standard is wrong and has gone on long enough. When I'm your congressman, I will fight to raise the minimum wage. Until it is raised, I will donate the congressional pay raises to charities right here in upstate New York. I have conducted this campaign with dignity and respect. Unlike my opponent, I've refrained from personal attacks and instead pointed out the inconsistencies between his positions and those of the vast majority of Central New Yorkers. Unfortunately, Jim Walsh has chosen to make personal attacks on me, as he did again tonight. He has told you I'm not from here, when in fact I was born and raised in Syracuse, graduated from Nottingham High School, and then worked in local TV for several years. When that didn't work, he attacked me for serving on congressional staffs in Washington, and then coming home and trying to make a difference. What kind of message does that send to our young people who might want to return here? that it's not their home? Finally, in a desperate attempt to scare people, Jim Walsh has claimed I would raise your taxes. He provides no evidence and no facts. It's simply not true. And it's nothing more than a ploy to divert attention from the devastating effects of the policies that he has supported, along with George Bush, for the past 6 years. Congressman, this community expected more from you. In this election, we have a clear choice. Do we want to continue down the same path of George Bush and Jim Walsh? Or do we want change and hope for a better future? Candidate Jim Walsh can try to say otherwise, but Congressman Jim Walsh's record remains clear. He votes more than 90% of the time, more than 9 out of 10 times with George W. Bush. That's why I'm asking for your vote, because as your congressman, I will vote 10 out of 10 times with you. Thank you again.
Well, on behalf of CBS 5 News and the Maxwell School, we want to say thank you especially to Congressman Walsh and to Mr. Dan Maffei for participating in tonight's live debate, likely the final debate before election night. We wish you both the best of luck in the next 2 weeks. We know you got a lot of work to do out there, and we wish you both good times. Join us, CBS 5, on CBS 5, election night for full coverage at 5, 6, and 11. We'll have your full election results throughout the night. We'd also like to thank Professor Bob McClure and the Maxwell School here at Syracuse University for co-hosting tonight's event. We'd like to thank all of our viewers in Central New York and here tonight at the Maxwell Auditorium for joining us in this live debate. We're going to conclude with about 45 seconds, Professor McClure, for you to say a few words about getting out and voting. No pressure.
45 seconds. Well, it is something that I wanted to close tonight's debate with, not only with the audience here in the auditorium, but with all of those who are watching on television. As a professor of citizenship, we all, it is at the center of what I do that I ask all of you to use your vote, to take seriously your citizen duty and all the obligations that go with the great privilege of being an American citizen. So come November 7th, go vote. Vote as you choose, but go vote.
And that'll do it for tonight's live debate. We hope you have a good evening.